Join me now, Elaine Parker, Senior Vice President, all kinds of titles, Job Creators Network. Elaine, thanks for being with us. Well, the economy is booming, Elaine, hitting on all cylinders. Unemployment, request for unemployment is down. Inflation holding steady at 2.1%. That's not gone up in 5 months. Wholesale prices have come down. Energy has come down. Also now, even without an interest rate decrease, housing construction inching up a little bit. Everywhere you look, this economy is right now hitting on all cylinders, and this is without a rate cut. In June, the first month, we didn't drive more of a debt. We actually ran a surplus because of the tariffs. Elaine Parker, so much winning. What do you think?
Look, I agree with you. I think things are going great. We saw a wonderful deal over the weekend with the EU and the tariffs. The naysayers continue to be wrong in this argument. The president knew all along that he had the leverage to change the trade paradigm. And despite the critics who said inflation would come, it's not coming. And we are creating a more level playing field in the trade world. The biggest criticism I've seen out there is that he doesn't have as many deals as he said he would have, but he's got great deals that have come in. All of these countries have accepted a higher base rate, and they've lowered their rates to zero or near zero. I mean, we're free marketers, we're free traders at JCN, but we didn't have that before. And so we're moving towards that with the world. And the two largest economies, the EU and the US, have now negotiated a great trade deal. There's no other president in history that has taken on these kinds of issues in this short amount of time and won at most of them. It's pretty fantastic to watch.
So Elaine Parker, we've been friends a very long time, and I respect you tremendously. So when, Elaine, are you going to come over to our side and become an economic protectionist?
I'm a free marketer, John, and I think that if you lower taxes, you increase revenues. I think if you level the playing field in the trade world, then you level and you open up economies that we didn't have previously in some of these trade agreements. You will create a prosperity for America. We're the largest economy in the world. Everybody wants to do business here. Everybody wants to have our dollars. And because of that, President Trump knew that he could win on these deals. He's going to keep winning on these deals. And it's going to be great for America. It is putting America first. And I believe in putting America first. And that's why the president won a second term. And I think that the American people are seeing his policies unfold in the right time frame. And it's happening faster than anybody thought it could. My guess is that President Trump doesn't think it's happening fast enough, though.
When you go to bed every night, just say 3 times, tariffs are good, tariffs are good, tariffs are good. And then over time, you'll start to understand that tariffs are good. They protect our jobs. They protect Main Street. The only people they screw is Wall Street, that scours the earth for slave labor. They ship our jobs out. So tariffs are good, but I understand where you're coming from. Okay. The revenue is flowing in right now. We actually balanced the budget in June, but we need a rate cut. What do you think Powell will do?
Well, look, I hope that he does a rate cut. There's a lot of folks out there who say they don't think he's going to do it until September. He appears to be the only one standing in the way of this economy really taking off. And it seems as though he's concerned about looking political in giving the administration and the American people a rate cut. But frankly, he looks political by not listening to the data and following the data. It clearly says that a rate cut is in order. He did it last year leading up to the election 3 times, and inflation was much higher than it is right now. The reality is we don't really have inflation. It's right at the level that the Fed wants it to be, and we should lower these rates. I mean, we're seeing housing slow down. Like you said, construction costs are rising. This is because rates are high. Small businesses can't get loans. Under the new tax bill, Immediate expensing is back. John, you bought radio stations under the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Employers and small business owners, they want to invest, but right now they can do the immediate expensing, but the rates are so high, it's preventing them from taking on the loans. And so that's kind of a paradigm, a conflict there in creating more prosperity for small businesses. So cutting rates is really important. And, Jerome Powell really needs to get on board with this.
Cut rates. We need a cut so that we can spur housing, so that young people have an opportunity to participate in the American dream. And right now, many of them are locked out of that because of these high rates, Elaine.
Absolutely. If we can bring down those rates, people who are sitting on the fence and not selling their homes because they're in a lower mortgage rate. I mean, who wants to sell their house and get a higher mortgage rate? And that's preventing young people from getting their first homes as well as these high rates. I mean, it's a real easy formula, and inflation is low enough, and it continues to stay low in spite of all the naysayers saying that tariffs would increase it. They just kind of keep sitting there waiting. And again, the biggest criticism is there's not enough deals, and inflation is coming, just wait, and yet it doesn't come.
You're a Florida resident. What do you think about your new U.S. Senator, Ashley? You like her?
I do. I think she's great. I mean, she was obviously a Florida AG before. She did a great job. And, I think that she's doing a great job for the state of Florida now.
And what kind of flack are you guys getting there for Alligator Alcatraz?
Look, I see a lot of, we don't get involved in the immigration side of things, but it's the reality is the immigration, the illegal immigration of illegal immigrants coming over the border under the Biden administration has been a strain on our economy. It created more crime in our country. It hurt our small business owners. They referred to the crime as a crime tax in many cities across the country. And so this is an issue that, hits American cities in neighborhoods with crime and the costs. And so this is an issue. We do need to have legal immigration. We do need legal immigration, but we have to go after the criminals that came across this border and are now hiding in this country. They need to be found. And this president committed to finding the criminals and getting them out of here.
Elaine Parker with us. She is the Senior Vice President of Communications for the Job Creators Network. We have you on a lot, and we never really have you talk about the Job Creators Network and what the benefits of membership are. All you got to do is go to joinjcn.com. If you're a small business owner, Elaine Parker, why should you join JCN, Job Creators Network?
Well, we focus on the needs of small businesses. They are a unique community, and they're a very large community. There's 60 million small business owners in this country. They employ about 30 million people. I'm sorry, actually the opposite. There's 30 million small business owners in this country, and they employ about 60 million people. So you've got 90 million people dependent on the success of small businesses. And we focus on policies that help them, like lower taxes, less regulations, better access to capital, the types of policies that the Trump administration is fighting for. And we do that through our advocate program and amplifying the small business voice and helping get that voice out in the media, testifying in Congress with our small business owners, and speaking at events directly to the public.